Hi guys, it's Crystal. Today's video, I want to show you putting something on a wine glass. So these wine glasses are another Dollar Tree item, another great Christmas gift, or today's video I thought would be great to show you if you own a business and you need some gifts to give out to your employees or something like that this holiday season, this would be a great gift. So you could fill these with candy, same thing for teachers, whatever, but today I'm going to show you for a business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sister and brother-in-law's company logo on here, and so what you could do is hand these out at Christmas or have them at the Christmas party. These would be great for decorating weddings, birthdays, whatever it may be, or giving them in a pair like this for Christmas. So I'm just basically going to show you how you're going to be putting something on a round surface like this. And so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go over to Cricut Design Space. All right. So over here in Cricut Design Space, this is their company logo. So what I'm going to do is just kind of bring it down and we're going to figure out the sizing. So this is what we're going to be cutting out. So it's going to be something round going on something round. So let's figure out our sizing. So let's come back down here. All right, so we're going to take a ruler and I'm going to figure out about what I want to do. So I just take a regular ruler like this and I'll figure out. So say what if I did a circle that was 2.5 by 2.5, or I could do a 2-inch circle by a 2-inch circle. So maybe we'll do a 2.25 would be great. So let's try a 2.25 and just see what that looks like. So let's come up here and we're going to come up here. It doesn't matter width or height, it's the same because it's a circle. So let's go 2.25. So let's try to cut it like that. All right, there we go. So the color that I'm going to do these in today is I think I'm going to try and do them in black. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to see what it's going to look like. So I've got my piece of scrap black. So let's go through here. This is going to be regular permanent vinyl. So we're going to go to make it. And I need it actually twice. So let me hit cancel. And let me duplicate it. All right, there we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to make it. So now they're both on there. There we go. So I know that I need a 5. So I'm going to do about a 6 by 3.5, something like that. So let's see what we've got. So let's come down here. This is just a little scrap piece that I have. So we're going to try to cut it out of here. All right. So let's get the paper trimmer. Now this logo here, it's theirs. And what it was is just an image that I brought in through Design Space, just in case you're wondering. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I know I need it by, actually, let me do this. Okay, so I know that I need it by at least 3 inches tall. So I'm going to get it under here, just like this, and go ahead and trim it at that 3 inches, just like that. All right, so I've got that 3 inches. So now I just need to make sure that this is going to be at least 5.5 is what I needed. There we go. So that's good. And I will actually go ahead just to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to 6 because it's about 7 or so. Just trim it down to 6. I could actually trim it down to about 5.5. Let's do that. Using my paper trimmer and trimming that down. Now this is, let's see, this is Caesar, black Caesar, and I get it from Expressions. So here we go. So let's go ahead and take our blue mat and we're going to get this loaded. I'm just going to choose the regular vinyl settings. Got this down just like that. And now let me get everything out of the way. Let's pull our machine up. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to load it. Come back over here to Design Space. We're going to hit continue. We don't need a mirror because it's just regular vinyl. All right. Then we're going to come over here, like I said, regular vinyl settings, and it's ready to go. So we're going to come down here and hit go. All right, so we're going to hit unload. Scoot this guy out of our way. All right, so here we go. So we're just going to peel that off and get my sleeves out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and start bleeding. So what I do first is I just kind of get my background piece here first. Just like that. Then the inside's going to stay. We need to get rid of the DC in the middle. And I'll probably zoom y'all in just a little bit more so y'all can see it better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the DC out. All right, just like that. So now what we got to do, there is a middle piece here, and I just got to peel that out. And you really want to be careful with permanent vinyl falling on top of your good vinyl because sometimes it's hard to get off. So be very careful of that. I need to show you guys a weeding box showing you how to do that. I'll try to do that next week because I've got already something in mind for tomorrow. So we're going to just weed this outside circle, and there we go. We have them both ready for our cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this in half just like that. So there's our two pieces, and we're going to get the same contact paper we used before. And now this is what we're going to do. So I'll go ahead and get this on top here. Use my tool to scrape it and get it up. Just like that. I'll get a little more scraping going. Like I said, sometimes it's easier to flip it over and roll from this way. Just like that. Come in from the other direction. All right, there we go. So just like that. So there's this one. So we're going to set it aside, and now what we're going to do is same thing. Get a piece of paper towel. So at this point, we're going to take our little wine glass here. And the way to get these off the bottom, you can peel them off and use your alcohol to rub them off. So I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol on my paper towel here and go ahead and clean my surface. So what I like to do is kind of stick my hand in here and just, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to try to keep it zoomed in so y'all can see really good and try to make sure I'm staying in frame. So I'm just making sure that's nice and clean. There's no pieces of any debris on there. So I'm going to have it just like this. So if I need to hold this down, what I usually do, and I'm not at home, but I'm going to use something, so I'll show you something different. What I do is I take a couple wash rags on either side of the cup. So I'll go ahead and get them rolled up first. I just kind of get it in to where it's going to hold it for me. So I may have it at an angle just like that, and that's completely fine. I just have it to where it's going to hold it. So I could always get my Cricut mat underneath here, that 12 by 12 like I've showed you before, but you're just going to make sure now that I've touched it to make sure there's no fingerprints and I can't remember which side. Rewipe that one more time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, hopefully you guys can see everything, I think you can. I'm going to go ahead and take my design here and just try to get it as centered as possible on the cup here and say that I'm happy with that. I'll work from the center here, working my way out just very slowly, working these pieces down just like this, and then keep coming all the way around, just nice and easy, just popping these down so you don't end up with buckling, and if you do, you can always pop those out. I'm going to go ahead and at this point peel this up so I can work those out. So I've got a couple here that I need to work out, and all I do is just take my finger, I've already got that one, take another one and get that one popped down, and then just kind of straighten out my circle here. So I just want to kind of basically smooth that out as best as possible, and you just want to do that with your fingers and kind of get that work down. It's where I probably worked it too much. Got a little bit of adhesive going on here, so I'll just kind of take my I got a little bit of sticky adhesive on top of that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a little bit of a sticky adhesive I need to get off here where it was on my paper towel that I was using, and kind of got that rubbed across there, and I'll get that off later. But that's what that one looks like so far. I've got a little buckle here where I should have been a little bit carefuler whenever I was rubbing it with the with the contact paper on. Like I said before, you want to take that off and just work that out. We'll show that on the next cup. So there we go. There's one of them. Super cute. So now we're going to do the next one. So we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one lifted up. Rub that down really good. Just like that. Flip it over. And start working that off. And if it starts to peel the paper like that, you can see like I did before, I just flip it over and pop it off like that. All right, so there we go. So now what we're going to do, same thing, get your wash rags or your shirts, whatever you've got, towels, get that here. And at this point, I'll clean that up. And get my alcohol, hold my cup, and wipe down the surface. Just like that, making sure it's super clean. Just like that, looks good. So kind of have it like that. Just make sure you don't touch it with your fingerprints anymore. And we'll do the same thing. So you want to kind of, so basically when you're putting it on here, you kind of want it like this. You'll eyeball it, make sure it's centered up where you want it to be. start dropping it down, get that center going, and then slowly working these pieces out just like this, making sure you guys can see this really good. Nice and slowly, trying to prevent any buckling going on here. When it comes to the cups like this, it's a slow process, so you can see where I'm kind of bending it up and then pushing down in this direction, just like this, just like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is carefully peel this off, going in an angle, so I can work out any of those pieces that may be kind of trying to buckle. So just carefully taking my fingers here and rubbing out any of those buckle marks. So you can see I'm struggling with this outside line again, and what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to peel it off, just to be safe since I'm struggling with that too much. And what I'm going to do is just kind of really work out any of these spots here. So smoothing out these pieces that want to try to buckle. So just like that, looks good. So there you have it. So have some super cute designed out cups. So what I'll do at this point is, while it's still early, I'll peel off the outside layer of this one, just like that, so you can see that. So that way they can match, and I'll have to come back here in a minute because like I said, you can see that I've rubbed where that adhesive got on here, and I'll have to really kind of get my alcohol and rub that off. But there you go. So there is the wine cups. Super cute, like I said, for a business gift, or whether you're doing something like this for a wedding gift, Christmas gift, something like that. But that's how you work on it. So basically what you're doing is you want to get that center down, and you're slowly just working it out. And don't go too crazy with the contact paper. Carefully at an angle, peel off the contact paper, and then finish. Those will just kind of really rub out once you start, once you've got that contact paper out there. You can really work those out. Try not to get a piece, if it starts to buckle, you want to work it in another direction, pull on the other side to get those buckles out before you go too crazy on it. If you always have an issue, you could do like I just did, peel that piece off, go back over it with alcohol, and go at it again. So once you do these a few times, you'll really have it down. There's some designs where it's like a shapes and stuff, it's really hard to get them on there. I've seen where people use their heat gun too. You could go over it with your heat gun to get it to kind of smooth out and stuff like that. So there's just several different ways to do it, but that's the way that I do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.